Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to sew the Swoon's Brooklyn travel bag and handbag. So it's two sizes that I'm going to be showing. There's not much difference on both, but there are a few strategies on the smaller bag, which is the handbag size, and on a traveler size that is kind of different. So if that's something that you're trying to consider sewing, I hope if you watch this video, it will help you. And if you're looking for a next pattern that you want to sew, I hope this will encourage you to make this pattern. It is so fun to sew, and I will always be a beginner. So there are a few challenges, but it's so easy. You can do it. You can do it. You can sew along with me while watching this video, and you can pause it while we go through each section of the bag, and I will walk you along. So I'm gonna show you. So there you go. So this is the handbag size, and this is the traveler size. So this is how they are. Let me back a little bit. Sasha, excuse me. This is how they look like side by side. This is going to be the side. This is the back. I'm getting up and go back to the side, and this is going back to the front again. So this is so fun. If we can make it together like this, so they're matching, it's so fun. Imagine carrying this traveler bag. It's so huge. It's so huge. I love it. The inside of this. Okay. There. So big. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of darker, but it's huge. This is ideal for like overnight sleep, and then you just gotta put some 1 day or 2 day clothes in here, and then you're good to go. There you go. I also included the shoulder strap connector right here. Okay, the shoulder strap connector, just in case you want to use some shoulder strap, you have that option. And on this one though, this one is it's smaller than I thought. So this is so cute. It's so tiny. The inside also is like that. I use just blue color, blue, like that. This is the zipper. Let me close that zipper. This is so cute. You can pretty much make a lot of combinations on this color because it has that accent vinyl that you can modify. I have a camera bag that I want to compare. So this is the small camera bag. This is a small camera bag, and this is the handbag size. So side by side, they're like close to each other. So it's so tiny. So this is for something like you will carry when you don't have enough stuff. You just wanna look classy at the same time. So this is your go-to. I also included some shoulder strap connectors on this, so you also have that option. And I have here the strap for the shoulder strap. I am so in love with this pattern. I love it. So if this is something that you would like to sew, stay tuned. I'm gonna be showing you. Here's the materials for the traveler, and here is the lining that I'm gonna be using. This is for my exterior zipper, and this is for my interior, so it's gonna be matching my interior fabric. And this is the accent piece, and this is the connector, and this is a side connector, and this is the optional shoulder strap that I'm still debating on making. And this is for the handles, and this is for the bottom of the exterior. And this is my exterior fabric. It is so beautiful. I fuse it with Deck of the Light, woven fuse too, and with foam. Both of them like that, so it's kind of structured. I can hear it structured like that. For the traveler, this is gonna be my hardware 13-inch zipper number 3, and 4 lobster hook, 4 triangle strap connector, and a rectangle strap connector, 2 zipper pull for the exterior, key fob, bag tag, and the metal tag for the exterior, and also my number 5 zipper tape, which is matching the gunmetal black. And here's my materials for the handbag of Brooklyn. That's gonna be exact same thing as the traveler, it's just a different sizes. And for the tools, I'm gonna be using craft glue, I'm gonna be using beacon, and my double-sided tape, I'm gonna be using 2 sizes, 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch. And for the stapler, I'm gonna be showing later where I'm gonna use it. And my air erasing pen, and the friction pen, my cutter, my fabric scissor, and my regular scissor. For the handbag, I'm gonna be using a zipper that is matching my lining. This is for the lining. And zipper tape that will be matching for my exterior, and I'm gonna be putting 2 zipper on the exterior. This is going to be for the shoulder strap, that is 1 inch, and this is going for the side clip connector, which is 3/8 of an inch, and this is for the handles, and this is the bag tag, and also a matching key fob. And also don't forget this super cute label. Cute, right? So these are my strap connectors. The one is for traveler and the other one is for the handbag. So I'm gonna have to sew this. We will have to sew this from here up to here only, up to here on both sides. You can sew on this on the top, but only here up to here, and then here up to here. And that also goes for the big one, for the traveler. So what I did is I marked my line right here, so I will have a guide for this to end on the point and start from the other point. I use a friction pen for this, so if I apply heat on this, the line is gonna be gone. Or if you erase it, of course. So I'm gonna be starting backwards like this. I'm gonna start from here or here, and then going all the way down, and then sew right here. You can just skip it or sew like this, and then go back up again and stop here. Okay, this is gonna be my last strap connector that I'm gonna be sewing. Let me get this one, let me get this out of the way. erase the marking. So right now we're going to sew the connectors to our handle connectors. Okay, we're going to start. I have here the 3/4 or 3/8, and I have here the 1" for the traveler, because I'm going to sew the traveler and the handbag at the same time. So I'm gonna mention if it's for the handbag, I'm gonna mention if it's for the traveler. So according to the pattern, you have to measure 1" before you fold it. So I already put some double-sided tape on the other side, and then I have to put 1". Wait a minute. So just about here is my 1". Sometimes pinching it will give you that mark. So, and then make sure they are even at the back. And check it again if it's 1". I have here the built-in measurements on my table. So I guess that's it. That's okay. And then do it for all of them. Okay. Try to check from your previous one if they are on the same length and measurements, just to be sure that they are uniform. So that's about right. 3, 4, and then let's go back here. Same thing, 1". We will sew them one by one. The pattern provided this. You just have to cut the inside for the strap. So like this is what I did. This is the fold right here. And this is where your strap connectors is going. And then this is for the strap connector for the optional shoulder strap. I put some double-sided tape at the back and position it like this carefully. And then carefully, like twisting it away. There you go. See, so now I have it positioned on one side, and I'm gonna repeat it on the other side. I will just flip the papers from here to here, so knowing that I'm on the right center mark. So I'm gonna do it on the other side as well, and position it where it is marked. Once you position it, just lift a little bit of the paper and then twist it on the side. There you go. Now, in order for me to make sure that they're even, what I am doing is I am making sure I'm checking them from the bottom and make sure they are even. So I'm gonna find the mark on the bottom, like make sure they are even on the sides, and you can reposition them right away. Like on this one, I noticed that my left side is kind of a little bit off, so I'm gonna make sure it is positioned like that, and knowing that this is my center, I have to put this on the side, check them. this is what I did. You can see it. Okay. And then later on, I will put some rivets here and here. So 2 rivets. And I'll be doing this on all of the handles. So here's one of our front exterior panel. Right here, right there, right there. Okay, and I'm gonna do it for all the 4, the handbag size and the traveler size, and I'll be right back. There you go. You can see it now. We will just have to tie the knot at the back. Okay, sorry, this was hard. Okay, there you go. So there you go. Here is our traveler. And here's our handbag. So right now we're going to sew our accent panel to our exterior panel. So I'm gonna do the handbag first. And I would like to align it right here from the edge. If you wanna clip it, go ahead. I will put some clips on here. So I would like to align it right here and secure it with the clip, so it's not gonna shift later on when you're sewing on the sides. There you go. Put a clip right here. Clip it on this side too. Clip it good, like they say. Okay, and then carefully sew it from here, edging right here, all the way here, and then right here. And then we can secure this, then the bottom, and then all the way back here. Okay, make sure you check your bobbin too. So I'm sewing it on a 1/4 of an inch. Back stitch. And on the curve, you have to slow down if you want, because you don't want this right here. So double check all your sides if it's shifting. Make sure they're in place. Okay. Okay, double check. It looks okay. Now I am going to sew the sides, back stitch. And then secure this right here. Okay. Where's my put right here? Okay, so there you go. There's our exterior panel right here. So this is our second one for the handbag exterior. It's looking great. There. Now we will move on to the traveler. So obviously this one is a little bit let's move on to the traveler. This is going to be it's fine. So there you go. Here's our traveler right here. There you go. Next one. So next. There you go. Here's our handbag, our traveler. There you go. And the next thing, I have to put my label here, and I'll be right back. So here's our handbag exterior panel, and I would like to put some shoulder strap on this, and the pattern have this guide. The pattern is going to be like this, but you have to put it on the other side. So this one is facing right side, facing down, facing towards your panel, and I will just guide this like right here. This is where your strap connector for the shoulder strap is going. So what I would like to do is just trace this with the erasing pen or any friction pen, and then trace that mark right there. And then on our other side of the panel, it's going to be this side. It has to be on the same place. So if you want to put your shoulder strap connectors on your left side, it's going to be on the other left for your next panel. So if you decided to put it on the right side, it has to be on the right side as well. So there you go. So I already folded the strap connector. This is going to be tiny. So you want to make sure that you can make a box in the middle of this. And then I would like to make some rivets in the middle just to reinforce it. So this is going here. And you have to make sure that your D-ring, or I'm using a triangle strap connector, make sure that this is pointing towards your inside, towards inside of your exterior panel. So I'm gonna put some double-sided tape on here, just to secure this and it won't shift. I would like to put the double-sided tape in the center. I'm trying to make it away from my needle later on when I sew this as much as I can. And then there you go. And then put it where you made a mark. And then make sure that the your D-ring or your strap connector, triangle strap connector is facing towards inside of your exterior panel. So it's gonna be like this. So I'm gonna do it on the other one as well. I pre-folded it a while ago because I'm still making a decision if I want it longer or I want to keep the size that the pattern has given. It's gonna be like this, right? And I'm gonna be showing you how I folded this. I still have two more. So remember, the D-ring or the triangle strap connector is facing inside your exterior panel. Okay, so it should look like this. It should look like this, and the other one too. They should look like this. So this is how I folded this. I'm gonna show you. I am gonna unfold one of this. This is according to the pattern. If you want, you can make this longer, but for this one, I will just put it on my handbag. So right here, I put a double-sided tape on half, just one side of the of this connector, and then I put this D-ring. I put this triangle strap connector halfway through, and you have to fold this in the middle. Okay, right there in the middle, and then the other half. Yeah. Did you know that is Nico's up? Yeah, but also what? Okay. You know. Okay, so here's how I folded this. This one is the right side, and then this is the wrong side. I put a double-sided tape on half, from half going to the other side, just one side, because I don't want my slider to be stuck on that double-sided tape. So I fold it at least before your half-inch mark, and then that's where you're gonna fold it. There you go. Fold it like this. Like you will fold them in three. You will imagine them being separated by three. And then half of it is going to the center, past the half mark, and then the other side you will fold it. It's gonna be this is gonna be narrow, so you will fold it in half, meeting them not in center but past the center, like this. So it's like a mini envelope. It's like a flap on the top side. And if you will look at it on top part, it's gonna look like this. On the side, it's gonna look like this. Okay. So that's how I fold this. Put them on the side for now. So this one I already put some double-sided tape and secure this, and then we will sew it right now. So what I like to do is I would like to sew it from here. Wait, let me focus this. Okay, I would like to sew it from here all the way here, and then go here like a box, and then from the top where I started, I'm gonna make that cross. I might go here again and then go here. It depends. You can go here from here, then go to the other side, or go here from here, go to the other side, then that's it. And then I will put I'm thinking about putting rivets, possibly here. Put some rivets here. And if I can, I'm going to put some rivets here, or here, or here. I don't know. We'll see. Then I'm going down right here. Right here. Turn it on the side. And then from where I started, I'm gonna do the cross. Go right here. One right here. So right now it looks just like this. Okay, right now it looks dirty because of the air erasing pen that I use, but later on it's gonna be clear and you will not see that again. So this is how it looks like now. There you go. So we will do it again, the square, and then make a box. Okay. Oh, it's so big. This traveler is so huge. Got it. There you go. Not using my leader and ender right now, not much, because as much as I want to make the end of the thread like a long tail. I would like to keep a long tail so I can pull them at the back. But like this one, if it don't want to come out, that's okay. That means it's already knotted inside, cut in between, so you don't have to worry about that. But this one, I'm still doing backstitch though. I just don't feel like leaving them like that. So yeah, I would like to secure them as much as I want because I want to secure it like that. Okay, so here's the other side. Let's do the other one. Okay. We're done with the square. We will do the box now. Yeah, I'll do that later. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so right now we're moving forward. We're going to sew the bottom connectors right here. This is for the handbag. This is for the traveler. So it's much more bigger. It's much more longer. This is for the traveler. This is for the handbag. First, we have to take the center of the short side. So I would like to kind of fold it, and then so I can mark the center because that's where we're going to be, because that's going to be our guide. And then since we're already here, I would like to make the mark of the center as well, because we're gonna need that later. Make the mark on all four sides. So there you go. So I already marked here, 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 and here. Here. Okay. It's gonna be later. Let's do this too. And I'll be back. Okay, so I've marked all the four sides. And now we're going to put our side connectors on the short side. It's gonna look like this. Okay. I'm going to sew this. This is going to be so thick right here. So, okay, so you should pick which side you want. So I picked this. This is going to be upside down when the bag is done. Upside down like this. There you go. It's going to go like that. Is it? To the small side. We will just baste our, oops, wait. So we'll just baste our connectors. To our bottom connectors. Okay, so here's our side connectors already attached to the bottom panel. It's gonna be like this. It's just basted. Okay, and then let's move on to the next. So I'm gonna put some snap button here on my slip pocket. Make sure it still remembers. One more for the handle slip pocket. So I'm using this. This is hand tools for the snap pocket. Let me put this on the side. So I know I still have the mark here on the center, right here. So I'm gonna make sure this is gonna go here, below that vinyl, because I'm gonna put some rivets on top of here and here and here. Yeah. So then the other side will be, okay. There you go. Snap, 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 snap. Okay, so I'm gonna put some rivets on this side, on both sides of it. Let me put the handbag too. So now we will put the rivets here. Rivets. There you go. I'm gonna use small rivets here, possibly the 6mm or 4mm, since it's so tiny. Hole punch right here. Punch hole right here. Punch hole on a corner. Traveler, I want a little bit bigger than that. So on a traveler, I am using 6mm rivets, double cap rivets, and let me secure this. Let me lock this one. I'll be right back. And then, so we're good with the slip pockets. We will do next is the zipper pockets for the lining. I'm gonna use a 10-inch zipper for this because I'm gonna be birthing the bag with the unsewn lining, and I have to finish the lining through this zipper pocket. So I need a 10-inch mark for my ruler. I have this zipper template. This is templates from by Piera. I think I bought it off Etsy. And this one is 9-inch. So I will just add 1/2 inch on the side and 1/2 inch on the other side. So on the traveler, I'm going to be using a zipper tape. This is like a glittered zipper. I bought it from Indo Love Creation. I'm going to link the description below. Okay. So right here. It's a glittered one. It's so cute. Okay, so here we go. What we're going to sew here is, I like to sew just 2 lines from here, from the top corner all the way here to the other corner, and then skip and then proceed to the next line all the way to the other line. I'm not gonna sew on the sides. Okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna just skip and go to the other line. I'm not gonna sew on the side. It's like making 11. Don't forget the back stitch. Okay, let me get that pin out. I'm so scared of this pin because it keeps on poking me. Is that happening to you too? What's your secret not to be poked? Okay, so from here, we're going to cut this in half, cut it in the middle, but on a corner, we will do the like triangle, like on section. So right here, we're going to cut in the middle, right here, right there, all the way here, but before the corner, right here, we will cut like a V. Try not to cut your threads. We'll cut like V. So it's gonna be like that. V on the corner. And on the other side as well. So that is where I'm going to cut. And this one is more clear. Right here. This one. But try not to cut the threads. Your threads right here in the corner. Close to corner as much as you can. So I'm stopping on that side before my V and then cutting it as close to the corner as I can, but not cutting the thread. The other side as well. So there you go. Now we're going to turn this inside out. So from here, I like to finger press this just so I can get that crease on that corner and on the top side too, like right here. Or if you want, you can press it, but I didn't set my iron board, so I'll just finger press this right now. So now we have that hole for our zipper. Now we're going to get our zipper tape, measure them a little. Look at, if my hole is 10-inch, I prefer to make it 12 because I want at least an inch on each side. Okay, and do not forget your zipper pull. Let me get my zipper pull. There you go. Like to put that in the middle. So in order for me to sew this, we have to put it underneath this hole, and I would like to put some double-sided tape to secure this. Let's put some double-sided tape on the top first. I'm gonna be using my 1/4 inch double-sided tape. Just on the center. My zipper tape is and then at the bottom, on the bottom part, I'm gonna put it on the zipper tape. Okay, now we're going to sew from here all the way around. Now include the sides, okay? But I put my zipper pull on the side just to keep it out of the way. And later on, before I go here, before I pass here, I'm gonna make sure I have to put it all the way back so it's not locked out. Okay, I prefer to start on the sides. And we have a contrasting thread that we're going to use, so we'll try to make it even and neat at least. Okay, so I am approaching my zipper pull now. I think it's time to put it back. I am using a zipper foot for the walking foot, so this zipper being here doesn't bother the feet of my presser foot. So if you want to know how to replace your walking foot, if you're using walking foot, you want to replace it with zipper foot, so it has a narrow feet. I have a video, I can link it down the description box. You can watch it and where I bought it. Okay, so double check your zipper. So I did this on purpose. Instead of, you can actually have options of where to put the zipper. If it's just the lining, it doesn't matter where it's closing or opening. So I did this on purpose, okay? Because I'm wondering how you guys do that too. Sometimes when I saw the bag, I always think that it's for me. In that way too, it's okay because you will do your best even more. Because of course we only want what's best, right? So here is my other cover for my zipper pocket. So this one is a little bit past. I think this is 2-inch past. Then this one, it's okay, it doesn't matter, because when I close it later, I can just close it on the side, so it's not gonna bother. But yeah, so right now we're going to close this. We're going to sew from here. We're not gonna close the bottom part. We will just sew from side all the way to the top. Don't forget to backstitch here where your zipper tape is, all the way to the top, and then across, and then backstitch again on the zipper tape, on the teeth right here, and then all the way here, and then backstitch, because this is where we're going to open later, so we can finish the bottom lining. So let me secure this for now. Make sure your zipper tape is secure right there. Okay, so here we go. So if you're gonna sew this, I prefer to sew it like this so I can see the sides. So I am sewing it, the fabric is up, the lining is up, and then I'm just move the sides right here away, and then I can see my other fabric right here. So where I'm gonna start, I'm gonna cut it later, so it's actually, it doesn't matter where I start or on this bottom side. Make sure it's aligned too. Okay. So don't forget to backstitch on your zipper tape. Go on the side again. Okay, you can open this now. Okay. Okay, so, and of course, don't forget to open it, because maybe later you will forget this. So this is how it's gonna look like. So let's make the handbag. Okay, so on this one, I already pre-marked the zipper, but not this one. Not yet. And I'm gonna do the 10-inch zipper again, but this one I'm not gonna use a zipper tape. I'm gonna use this number 3 zipper. Okay, so for the handbag, I'm gonna be using this number 3 zipper. I'm not gonna use a zipper tape, and I marked this already. I'm gonna mark my zipper panel 1 inch down from the top. So that's gonna be my 1 inch down from the top. So I'll mark it right here. So this is going to be my zipper panel is, and my zipper tape will be 2 inch down. That's where my zipper tape is going. So let me move it on the side. Let me mark it first. And like I did to the other one, I'm gonna use my zipper tape. Let me secure this one first, so it's not gonna move. Or put it on the side. Oh, you know what? Later. I'll wait later. So from here, I'll just add half inch on the side. And now I can put some pin on it to secure this. Just like what we did with the traveler, we will sew just the two lines, top and the bottom line, not sewing the corner or the sides. Okay. So now we will do it again, the mark, the Y on a corner, and the straight line, and the Y on a corner. Avoid the threads, don't cut the threads. Okay, go. So I'm going to press this again before I send it to the back. Okay, that's that. Okay, so we will now sew this from here all the way here. We can sew the sides as well. So now we have to go and sew the other side. So like the other one, we're not gonna sew the bottom part. We will just sew the side, top, and go back to the other side, across. So I'm gonna start on this side like you. Like here. No, not me. So we will sew the sides, and then the top, and go back to the sides again. But we will not sew the bottom part. Back stitch on the zipper tape. So right now we're going to attach our main compartment zipper. I'm gonna measure how long do I need. So from that corner, you will see that there's a corner right here. So this is where I'm going to start my zipper. Right there. All the way to the other side and stop on that other side of the corner. So I'm gonna be needing here. This is the handbag size. I'm not gonna worry for the zipper pull right now. I'll attach that later. And for the traveler, I am gonna be measuring that as well. So this is huge, the traveler. So from here all the way to here to the other side. There you go. Then I'm gonna just cut this. It's good with the zipper tape. You can measure how many inches you want. Okay, so right now we're going to attach the zipper tape face down. The teeth will be facing the main panel fabric. So face down. I would like to baste this for now. When I baste this, I am only sewing 1/4 of an inch. Forget to backstitch our zipper pocket lining. We're going to attach our lining on here, face down. So the right fabric of the main panel is face up and the lining panel is facing down. We're just going to sew it, sandwich the zipper tape that we just basted. So I would like to put some clips on here. So you want to make sure that you're not skipping that main panel and also that foam. You want to include that in with your lining. You want to include that when you sew. Okay, now so we're ready. Okay, now we're going to flip this right like here. And then finger press this. So you will now feel the bulk of that foam. That is okay. Because we're going to top stitch at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance right here. So trying to pull that the bulk and try to pull it carefully with the zipper, and then make sure that your main panel and the back panel, the lining, is aligned. So when you're sewing the top stitch, it's catching also the lining. So 1/8 seam allowance on for the top stitch. Out right here, I want to make sure that I am catching both sides. Make sure catching them both. Okay, so here's our top stitch right here. And here's our top stitch at the back. Top stitch at the back right there. So our next step is we're going to get our other side of main panel, like right here. And then we're going to put this on top. We're going to align the zipper right there. The other edge of the zipper. So our main panel is facing together right side facing together. And we're going to baste the zipper again, like what we did on the other side. So we will just baste this at 1/8 of an inch. So I'm still not putting my zipper pull. That's okay. We're actually halfway there. In my mind, this is finished already. So anyway, so there is our main panel. This is my front right here. Baste this. Make sure you check it. The foam is in there. Okay, and now what we're going to do next is we're going to get the other lining. So this one is my slip pocket, and we're going to face it down. So the lining this time, they're facing right side together. And we're going to attach this at 1/4 seam allowance. We're going to sew this at 1/4 seam allowance. Make sure you are going to include the foam side, the main panel. Okay, so 1/4 seam allowance to baste this, no, to sew this. So it's getting bulkier on this side, on the center part. That's okay. Okay, so now we will open this again and top stitch on the other side. See, it's so big. So look at that. We're getting there. So I'm just trying to finger press this. And like right there. And we're going to top stitch here, all the way here, 1/8 seam allowance. So when you stop, like when you're gonna do this, make sure your needle is on a down position, so it's not gonna shift even though you're shifting the fabric or the materials that you're sewing. It's like to secure that. Okay, there you go. Here's our top stitch right there in the back of it. Here's the back. See where we got all of them. They almost edge on this side, but it's okay. There you go. I love it. So now we're going to do the same thing to the handbag size, and then we will proceed to the next step. stitch on the main panel. Like I said, this could be for me. Okay, so our next step is we're going to sew them close right here. So we will sew the lining facing each other and the main panel facing each other. So it's gonna be like this. So like what we're going to do first, we have to make sure that our accent piece is aligned, our corners aligned. So I'm gonna secure this with the tape. So we are going to sew just the sides, okay? Just to be clear, just the sides. We're not gonna sew any bottom. I just clip this. I still want to clip the bottom just to secure it, and it will help the fabric to stay in place. So we're going to sew on a side. To the exterior panel, we're going to sew here 1/2 seam allowance, but on a lining, we're going to sew bigger with 5/8 seam allowance. So just the sides, not the bottom. 1/2 seam allowance on exterior and 5/8 seam allowance on the lining. On the corner right here, you will notice there is like a U right there. So do not sew on this line right here on the flat one. Go straight, backstitch here, and then go jump on the next one. Skip this part where the zipper is. Okay, so we're going to sew right here. And then that is going to be 5/8 seam allowance. So don't forget to backstitch. And then don't forget to backstitch. Okay, let's go to the other side. So as I was saying, we're going to sew here. This is the lining, so this is going to be the 5/8 seam allowance. And then we will start here, backstitch, and then go all the way here, 5/8 seam allowance. And then as you go through this side, just like the U, you will stop on this corner right here. Okay, and then backstitch. And then skip it. Do not sew on this side, on this flat surface right here. On this, what do you call this? On this side right here where the zipper is. So start sewing here. Start sewing here. This is going to be the exterior panel. So this is going to be a different seam allowance, which is 1/2. So 1/2 seam allowance from here. And then backstitch. And then go all the way here. And then backstitch again. I hope I made it clear. So 5/8 seam allowance here on the lining panel. Then I'm gonna jump onto the next one, which is the exterior panel, which is a half seam allowance. Don't forget to backstitch. Okay, so right now our bag is supposed to look like this. Wait, our bag is supposed to look like this. I'm gonna open that zipper. I'm gonna have to put the zipper pull so you can see the lining right there. Oh, this is a zipper. You can see the lining right there. You can see that zipper right there. This is the inside and the outside. There's a hole right here where you can put the zipper pull. If you want to put it later, it's okay too. Okay, so your bag should look like this. Like you can see the other side like that. And then we will sew the bottom panel right here, and that's our next step. So right now we will do the traveler. This is after we top stitch the lining and the exterior panel together. We are going to flip this. We're going to sew, this is so big, exterior facing the exterior, right side together, and the lining is facing the lining, right side together. Now we're going to sew the bottom panel on our exterior panel, and this is where I am going to use our magic stapler. So I'm gonna show you how to use it. First thing, you have to align your center right here where you mark the center. And then, okay, we're only going to staple it here, close to the edge as much as we can. So this is where we're going to sew, right here at the edge of our interfacing. Do not sew on your interfacing because this interfacing will give us the structure later on. If we sew here, it's gonna make the exterior, when we flip it inside out, it's gonna make it look wonky and kind of weird shape. Try not to sew on an interfacing, just right here. It's gonna be also our guide on when to sew. So I'm going to staple one and show you how it's gonna look. So right here, there you go, right there, close to the edge as possible. Because later, after we sew this, we're going to remove all our staple and we're going to cut the seam. We're going to trim this. We will make sure that there's no any metal that's gonna be left on the bag. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead to the other side. Same thing, as close to the edge as you can. Right here on the corner, this is going to be my center right here. So this is my center. I'm gonna mark it. It's gonna be hard to staple this because it's too bulky. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna open the side seam right here, open it and staple this. I stapled this side so it's getting a grip on my side connector right there. It's not gonna go all the way here because my side connector is so thick. From here I'm gonna start stapling again on this side, right here, all the way. Don't worry if you staple a lot, because you have to remember we will remove this after we secure this bottom panel. So I think it doesn't matter how many. There you go. And I'm gonna be stapling it around. I'll be back. And I'm going to sew right now. My angle, the angle of the camera is gonna be on the left side because I cannot move it on that corner. So I will just show you when it's done. Okay, having this open, you can also use this advantage. You can put your hands inside as you guide your bottom panel, just to make sure they're on place. So I'm gonna do that later on. And also, don't forget, do not sew on your interfacing. Don't forget to backstitch as well. If you're passing the side connector, I would suggest you to backstitch just to reinforce that side connector. Right now, I'm done with the first curve. Okay, then put it on the side. So my son is here with me. He's not yet sleepy. Say hi, Gabby.
Hello.
So my son also have a channel, YouTube channel. If you know someone who loves to do games, and I will link his channel on the description box. Make them join together. Okay, so here is our bottom panel. It's sewn right here. There you go, right there. So I didn't sew the interfacing at all. And right now it's time for us to remove all the staple. Okay, I am going to use this long nose pliers. I'm using this for my beads. I'm very sure you have something like this. It's easier than plucking the metal in the middle. So all you have to do is pinch the middle part and then pull it out. See, easy. So we will do it, pinch the middle and then pull it out. It's faster and it won't poke you. So you have to make sure you got everything, all of that. Okay, I'll be back after I finish this. So here's everything that I remove, and we'll move to our next step. We're going to trim our seam allowance right here. Our sides, we're going to remove a 1/4 inch. I'm going to trim this 1/4 of an inch from the sides, and as I am approaching the corner, I will not cut where the side connector is, this corner, if you leave it like that. So I'm done trimming the sides, just done right here. And I left the sides untrimmed right there. Our next step is we're going to flip this, the liner. We're going to flip the liner on a side, because this is the time that we're going to birth the bag. I am not going to sew the bottom liner for the lining. I am gonna do that later. Put this on a side. You will have like a bag that's inside out without the lining bottom. So I'm going to flip this right now. Wish me luck. So I always pull the sides towards the middle like this, and also the other side like that. And I'll be back. Okay, so here's our bag right here. After we flip this inside out, so our next step is we're going to close the lining. See, the lining is still like this. We're going to sew our lining bottom on our lining panel. So in order for us to do that, I am going to go through our zipper pocket, and then from our zipper pocket, we'll put it out. Okay, we're going to pull it out. From our zipper pocket, that's where you want your lining panel. So I am pulling my zipper pocket out. I'm pulling it out. And I'm gonna trim this later because this one is not even. Okay. So from here, I'm going to catch the lining right here through the zipper pocket. So like this. Okay, like that. So it's supposed to look like this. So I'm trying to pull my zipper pocket away, so it's out of my way. And here it is. Here's our lining panel right here. And from here, I still have a mark of the center, both center right here, and our mark on a side is always the connection where the panel meets. That's going to be our center on the side and on the other side as well. We're going to grab our lining bottom panel, and we're going to sew this. So in this one, you don't have to staple this. You just need some clip. Before that, I have to mark this. I didn't mark it yet. Let's mark the center. Let's mark the 4 sides. We're going to sew this. The inside, the right side of our bottom panel is facing the right side of our lining. So I'm going to clip the 4 sides first and then clip the rest. So I'm almost done clipping this. Don't forget your label. This label, I got it from Mormino. You look really pretty today. Isn't that cute? I love it. Okay, I'll be back. So I'm gonna sew this lining. I'm gonna secure this. I'm gonna start where my label is. So we're going to sew 5/8 of an inch here. Almost there. Right here, let me flip the bag. I don't have to trim the seam allowance because it's not gonna be obvious. It's not necessary, I think. So there you go. This is our bottom panel right here for the lining. And now we're going to pull this out. Okay, from here again, from the zipper pocket, we're going to pull it out. This. Like that. So remove all those extra threads if you have some like this. It's easy. Just trim this. Where's my... There. Just trim it all the way sometimes. If you trim it, it's gonna go back. So there you go. There's my label. Okay, so now we're going to put this inside right here, and we're going to close our zipper panel. Okay, so here's our zipper panel. I still have to cut this to make this go. I'm gonna cut it right here. I'm just eyeballing it. Now what we have to do is close this. I am going to fold this in like 1/2 inch going in. So there you go. And I'm gonna sew 1/4 of an inch all the way here just to close my zipper pocket. Don't forget the back stitch. Okay, so now our zipper pocket is closed. We can now put it back inside and secure that inside. Poke the corner so it's falling on right side, and there you go. So this is going to be our lining right here. So there's a zipper right there. Close the zipper. Our slip pocket right here, and our label right there. So our next step is we're going to secure our sides and to make it shape. Right now I'm going to put 2 zipper pull right here. Zipper pull right here, and I'm going to attach it now. So if you're going to install 2 zipper pull, you're going to install from both sides. Okay, so after installing your zipper pull, we will now push this down just so we can get the shape that we want. So this is the shape that I want for my bag. I'm sorry, it's so bright. Okay, so this is the shape that is going to be on a side like that. And we will work on our side connectors right here. Once you push your middle part, your side connector should be following the shape because of the foam that we put here. This one looks okay now, so I'm going to clip this. Now is the time also to to cut your excess zipper. I'm not cutting much, just excess zipper teeth. This is actually the fun part because this is where you can see the structures of the bag. It's starting to happen. So there you go. This is where I put that side, and let's do it on the other side. So I'm gonna show you. So what I'm going to do is I am aligning the sides to my zipper teeth. So I want to make sure that when I press this, the one that's in front of me is the straight side seam, and behind that is the exact center of the zipper teeth. So, and then you will pinch it, not too much. Just pinch it, just so you can get that V shape. And we're going to grab our side connectors, and I'm going to show you another trick right there. It's supposed to look like that. Here is our side connector right here. So on your side connector, you can pick which is the front that you want. Okay, so here's our side connector. Since we already sewed this from the sides, what you're supposed to have right now is a hole like this. So you will have like a little pocket right there, that's closed. So what we have to do is we have to slide this in. Slide it as much as you can. And then this side, if you're happy with that, because that's where it's gonna meet this side. This is where I want my side clip connect. And make sure it is reaching your lobster hooks. So it's supposed to look like that. So your side connectors and your bottom connectors is supposed to look like that. Go on the other side and do the same thing. It looks good right here. And let me clip this right here. There you go. Right now I'm satisfied with how it's gonna look like on the side and the front, on the top. Make sure you double check everything. Think I'm good. So I'm going to sew this. I'm gonna remove the lobster hook right now because we're going to sew this. We want to make sure it's out of the way. And I'm gonna show you how I am going to sew this. So I'm going to start here on the top left and then sew all the way here, backstitch here on a zipper tape, go all the way to the other side and stitch down here and go all the way again to the other side and then stitch back up. So it's gonna look like that. Okay, so there you go. Our bag should look like this. So right now I'm going to put some rivets on. So after putting the rivets on the side, I am now going to attach our handles. I made my handle 2 inch longer than the pattern suggested. So I'm measuring 2 inch from the end. So that's where I'm going to fold like this after 2 inch, and then that's how it's gonna go. So right now, slide it in. Still have your 2 inch right here, and I'm going to clip this for now because I'm going to sew it right here, 1/4 inch, and then I'm gonna put 2 rivets. And then make sure your strap handles is not twisted, and then slide it in. Secure that 2 inch. There you go. Try this. Want to make sure that it is okay when doing a shoulder. Okay, looks good. So now I'm going to sew this from here, and then I'll be right back. I've sewn our handles like this, and that is for all the 4 sides. I am gonna put some rivets here, one here and then one here. We already put our rivets on all 4 sides. Yay! This is where a shoulder strap is going to be. So this is optional, but I still put it just in case the customer wants some shoulder strap. It's gonna be there standby. Okay, I didn't put some rivets here. I don't think it needs one because we sew some box right here. So that should reinforce it more on this side as well. Okay, I'm gonna show you the handbag and the traveler together.